Hey everybody, this is Laura from Arkansas. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. It's pay period close, so I hope you've been checking those reports and following up with people. It's also the last day for the PC incentive, so I hope you're still going strong and pushing hard until the end to earn that extra cash and those t-shirts. But today I just wanted to talk to everybody about something called grit. I don't know if you've read this book. It is a great book. I'm reading it right now, and it's totally rocking my world. So, just a little history on it. Angela Duckworth, she created something called the grit scale. She actually went out to West Point and was doing some research out there. And I don't know if you know anything about West Point, but it's like a 2-year process to even be admitted to West Point. And so they don't take very many people, but West Point was seeing about 1 in 5 cadets would end up dropping out before graduation. And a huge number of those cadets would drop out within the first 7 weeks. And so they didn't really understand why somebody who is an athlete and a team captain and really, really smart, got it, admitted into West Point, this prestigious school, something they wanted their whole life, would end up quitting and doing something else. They had tried looking at intellectual tests to see if that helped them determine who would quit. They looked at talent tests to see if that would help them determine who was going to make it or quit, and none of that was working. So she went in there and administered her grit test with the grit scale, and they actually found that this grit scale was a huge determiner in helping them figure out which cadets were going to end up dropping out or be successful and go all the way through. I mean, they've tried this grit scale in several other avenues, and they've found the same thing, that grit is a huge factor in determining success, more so over talent or intellect. So, what is grit? I just want to read something really fast, and then I'll finish up. She says, "Why were the highly accomplished so dogged in their pursuits? For most, there was no realistic expectation of ever catching up to their ambitions. In their own eyes, they were never good enough. They were the opposite of complacent. And yet, in a very real sense, they were satisfied being unsatisfied. Each was chasing something of unparalleled interest and importance. And it was the chase, as much as the capture, that was gratifying. Even if some of the things they had to do were boring or frustrating or even painful, they wouldn't dream of giving up. Their passion was enduring. In sum, no matter the domain, the highly successful had a kind of ferocious determination that played out in 2 ways. First, these exemplars were unusually resilient and hardworking. Second, they knew in a very, very deep way what it was they wanted. They not only had determination, they had direction. It was this combination of passion and perseverance that made high achievers special. In a word, they had grit." So to sum up, if someone has grit, they're able to find joy in the small things, in the day-to-day tasks, in the follow-up, and checking up on challengers. They don't get bored with that. Because they know it's ultimately leading them to their goal, to their purpose. So I don't know if you heard that. Someone who has grit also knows where they're going. They have a purpose. They know why they're doing it. So they're not going to give up. So my question for everyone out there today on this pay period close is, do you have grit?